Hello everyone. In the last video, we learned our first loop structure, which is the for loop. In this video, we're going to talk about the second loop structure, the while loop. So let's begin by creating a new project. Same thing as before, command line app, call it while loop, finish, and okay. So first, I'll give you the syntax of a while loop. While loops start with a keyword while, and then followed by a parentheses. Inside of parentheses is the Boolean condition. Okay, and then follow the parentheses is a pair of curly braces, which is our code to run to loop through. Okay. All right. So this is very easy, just 3 lines. Okay. So now let's take a look at an example and see how while loop works. Say we're making a game and we're going to fight a boss, and this boss has 100 HP, and we're going to attack him every turn for 5 HP, which means we're going to take 5 HP out of him every turn. As long as he's not dead, we're going to keep attacking him, and when his HP hits 0, our attack finish, which is the end of our loop. So let's see how to do that using while. So first, let me write out the problem. So our problem is boss HP is 100 and player attack for 5 HP per round, right? And then when boss HP hit 0, player when game end. So that's our problem. And now let's code that using while loop. First, let's define the variable for the boss HP. So boss HP equals 100, and yeah, that's it. That's actually all we need. And now we can start looping. So while, okay, condition, and our code. So the condition would be as long as the boss HP is greater than 0, we should keep looping. And so inside of the loop, what we want to do, it's basically just attacking him and then print out the current boss HP after the attack. So first, let's attack him. So boss HP equals boss HP minus 5. This is because player attack minus 5 HP from boss, right? And then, wait, I'm missing a semicolon here. Okay, so and then let's output the current HP for the boss. So let's see, boss HP is, and then plus boss HP. Okay. And after the loop, which means the boss is dead, right? Let's see. This is to verify that our boss HP is less than or equal to 0, right? So current boss HP is boss HP. Okay. System dot out dot we win. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can kill this boss. Give it some time. And there we go. Let's see. 95, 90, 85. So we take 5 out of him every time, and then 40, 45, and then 0. So apparently we output 0 twice. So I probably don't need this line. Yeah. So let's delete that. Let's run this again. Okay. Now we get it. So this is how while loop works. As long as this condition is true, we're going to keep looping the code inside the curly braces. Okay, and once this condition becomes false, we'll skip this loop completely and start executing the code below the loop. Okay, and one thing to take note of is that unlike for loop, that in for loop we're having a statement to change iteration, but in while loop we probably don't. Sometimes we may forget to add a statement to change this boss HP. If we don't have some expression to change this value, this boss HP will be greater than 0 like all the time, always, which will lead to infinite loop. So let's take a note here. Try to avoid infinite loop by change the iterator every turn, every loop. Okay, so try to avoid infinite loop. That's all. Like, that's the very important thing when you're coding using the while loop. So now we know about the while loop. There is another, the last type of loop that we haven't talked about, which is the do while loop. So do while loop is very, very similar to while loop. And I will show you the syntax first, and then we'll talk about the differences between these two types of loops. So do while loop goes like this. So start with the keyword do, and then curly braces. And inside the curly braces is the code to loop through. And then right after the ending curly braces, we have our while keyword. And then it's our parentheses and Boolean condition. So you can see that the structure is actually pretty similar. The only difference is that for while loop, we test the condition before we loop. And for do while loop, we will run the code, like loop at least once, no matter if the condition is true or not. And after the first initial loop, we will test the condition. If the condition still holds true, we'll keep looping. If the condition is false, we'll completely skip the loop and keep executing the rest of the code. Okay, so that's why while loop is also called the pre-test loop, and do while loop is the post-test loop. Okay, now let's rewrite our example using the do while loop. Let's just assume that the boss HP will always be greater than 0 at the beginning of the game. So let's first comment out our while loop first. And then we'll keep the initialization of the boss HP, and then we'll start using the do while loop. So do, now it gives us the curly braces. So inside of curly braces, we'll do boss HP equals boss HP minus 5. And then system dot out dot println current boss HP is plus boss HP. Oh, sorry. Lowercase boss HP. Okay, so and then while is our test condition, should be boss HP greater than 0. So as long as boss HP is greater than 0, it's gonna be go back and keep looping until the boss HP is 0. Now let's run this and see the result. So yeah, so 95, 90, the same result as before, but we changed the code structure to use the do while loop, and we won finally. So you can see these two structures sometimes can be exchanged and they have the same result. But sometimes, depending on the problem you have, you're going to think about like which loop to use, including the for loop. Okay, I can do this problem using for loop as well, but you know sometimes you got to think about like which loop is the best choice to solve a certain problem. So now we have learned all three loop structures. In the next video, we're going to talk about break and continue statements.